Oh, hello, we are live. Now, is the light okay? Good morning, everyone. It's Jodie, one of the co-founders from The 7 Effect, and I'm here with the morning show, The 7 Effect morning show. And look who I have. Many of you in The 7 Effect would actually know who this is. This is Vesna, the personal stylist. So welcome, Vesna, to the show.
Thank you, Jodie. I'm excited to be here with you. Thanks for the invitation.
It's wonderful. And Vesna's been a big part of our community. You've been to most of our Cocktails and Dreams events, haven't you?
That's true.
Yes.
Great party.
I know people who have won some of your styling prizes in the silent auction, so we're grateful for your support. And Amy and I have actually been along to do some work with Vesna. Vesna came through our wardrobes. She helped us clear out the stuff. Now, this is the problem, though. We never finished the work. So
we got a lot to do, isn't it?
What Vesna does is she helps people declutter and simplify their life and their wardrobe style. So we did that work with Vesna. We went along to a couple of workshops. And the work that you do in helping people, and mainly you work with women, just get clear on feeling good and coming up with a great sense of personal style for themselves is really, really fantastic.
Thank you.
So I thought you would be a wonderful guest to have on, and I'd love, in the first part of our show, I was telling Vesna that we always do a bit about life, then leadership, and then lifestyle business. But in the life part, I'd love for you to just share a little bit about what would be your tips to help people improve their life. Sorry, we just got a phone call there, I just declined it. To build their confidence through personal style. So over to you, Vesna. Give us a bit of an intro and maybe some tips around personal styling.
Fantastic. First of all, thank you, Jodie, for having me. It's so exciting to be in this beautiful part of your world and share the tips and the things that we're going to talk today with your audience. I feel really privileged. So I always say that confidence is an inside job, outside job. So if we feel confident on the inside, but we are not showing up in the world, looking great, looking vibrant, looking re-energized, looking magnetic, that's not going to say much about who you are. And on the other side, if you feel, if you look confident with your clothes, with your appearance, but on the inside you're struggling with self-worth, you're struggling to communicate who you are, that confidence is not going to show in an authentic way. So it's an inside job, outside job.
So true. You know, it's interesting. I was telling Vesna before that one of the things that we do the most coaching around is confidence. And I see it all the time. People having this appearance of confidence, but then having that imposter syndrome internal battle. Or they feel confident, but they find it hard to get rapport or get other people to follow them, particularly when they're entrepreneurs trying to build a business. Because I think it's sad but true. Would you agree? We live in a bit of a judgmental world where people do judge a book by its cover. Do you see that?
Totally. And it comes back to personal power.
Yeah.
When you are in that place of feeling confident inside, feeling confident outside, you become magnetic. You know, people want to be with you. People want to hang with you, and that's such a sweet spot to be.
It is a sweet spot, and it does make a difference. Like every time Amy and I would catch up with Vesna, she always looks stunning, always. And you just do style in such a beautiful way, and you make it look effortless. But we would always say after Vesna leaves, it's like, how does she do it? Everything just matches so perfectly, and it's an aspiration of both mine and Amy's to be able to do that, to have that look on the outside. We're both self-confessed dags, actually. We're hopeless with the personal style, but it's a really nice thing.
Yeah, thank you. And that's a skill.
It is
like
a skill.
Everything in life can be learned.
So how do we learn this skill, Vesna? If we wanted to get started in developing, we'll talk about the inside confidence after, but let's talk about the outside confidence, is in pulling together a look or a style. What's the starting point, would you say?
Yeah, so I always talk about 4 or 5 pillars. To build that confidence, to strengthen that muscle. I like to use the analogy of confidence as a muscle that to me lies inside your tummy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, which is your solar plexus chakra, talking about the energy behind. So that confidence is inside. So how we can sort of feel and look right from the outside with fashion and styling, the 4 pillars that I go through are body shape, loving and accepting, or accepting and loving your body as it is. We come in so many shapes.
Yeah.
And if we follow fashion trends, if we follow what the fashion industry tell us, we are going to be on an ongoing roller coaster of disappointment and expectation. So it comes back to you, who you are. So understanding and learning your body shape, your proportions, so you can make those fashion trends work for you.
Yes, because not everything's perfect for every body shape, is it?
Exactly right.
Yeah. So number 1, work out your body shape.
Yeah, exactly right. Years ago, let's say, Jody, 20, 30 years ago, we have our clothes made to us.
Yeah.
We have
Custom-made.
Custom-made dressmaker in our area. So
Yep.
we used to have clothes made particular tailored for our shape.
Yeah.
Now it's about mass production. It's about one shape. And we get frustrated because we can't find things that flatter our shape.
Yeah.
So once you understand your body shape, you will see you become empowered, and you will know how to make those fashion trends work for you.
Great. And how do we find out our body shape? I mean, when we worked with Vesna, you actually took us through a process. She stands you in front of the mirror. And yeah, I know that I have broad shoulders, so there's certain things for me that do and don't work. So what are the things that work for broad-shouldered people and don't work for broad-shouldered?
Yeah, so if you have broad shoulders and you find that your hips are a little bit narrower, what you don't want to do is to bring more volume on the upper body.
Shoulder pads are no
That's
no
right.
for me.
Lots of frills, or let's
sleeves
say,
are no for me.
lots of volume here. It's going to make your shoulders look wider.
Yeah.
And we may not understand why until you know the reasons behind.
Yeah.
So you may want to play with your bottoms, like skirts and pants, and bring frills or pleats or anything that will bring volume to the bottom part of your body. And keep this area simple, sleek, and plain and classic.
And that, what's that cut that sort of like what you're wearing? This is more flattering for someone like me, particularly in summer, isn't it? To wear a razor, what would you call that?
Yes,
cut?
you know, that could be like a sleeveless, you know, top. Or the main
T-shirt's not so good.
You know, what you have right now, Jody,
This could be a mistake, actually. I didn't
love it.
Oh, you
Look,
do?
you know, that's not adding more volume here.
Yeah.
It's a simple sleeve. You have a little bit of, if you can see.
Oh, here's the frills.
The frills are right here at the bottom.
Yeah, so that's okay.
That's okay.
It's a pass.
Yeah, look, the neckline, it's quite simple.
Yeah.
Fine. So that's definitely a flattering top on you. And I love the colors, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I have been told that this colour green is a good colour for me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really makes you look vibrant.
Yeah, thank you. So we find out our body shape. What's the next pillar?
The next pillar, it's all about colors.
Okay.
So how many of us use colors, which are such a powerful tool, to cover, camouflage, hide?
Yeah.
Versus using colors to re-energize you, to make you feel vibrant, younger, happier.
Yeah.
So the colors
Colour can create happiness.
Oh my God, yes they do, and they carry energy.
Yeah, they do.
So it is important and it's valuable to learn about your colors, because colors can lift your mood, can lift your sense of how you feel today.
This is, we'll talk about the book in a moment. This is Vesna's book, Dear Confidence, but this is what this is about in your book, the colour palettes, is that right? So the book actually has, have a look at that, these beautiful pictures with different colour palettes around it. And so how do you help someone determine what colours work for them? What sort of things do you look for?
Yeah, so the things that we want to pay attention is the colour of your eyes, colour of your hair, also the undertone.
Yeah.
So what's been underneath your, you know, the tone that we see, is it more olivey base? Is it more pinkish base? The colors of your veins here, are they looking more bluish or are they looking more greenish? So we want to find out if you are more warm or you are cool, or if you are neutral.
Yeah.
So that's how we understand colors.
Yes, and there's a series of questions you ask people when you're consulting them, and I remember going through that process. And what Vesna also did was sit us in front of a mirror. Amy and I both took turns, and you draped different fabric over our shoulders to see how some colours can lift us and other colours really can dull you. It was really interesting.
It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
You know, you may find that the colours that complement your skin, they give you a beautiful glowing look and finish, like, you know, a healthy pinkish vibrant finish.
Yeah.
Your skin may start to look smoother and healthier.
It's amazing, isn't it? Just from colour, you can really get a glow. And I'm loving, we've got a couple of comments here. So Belinda says, this girl is amazing. She is.
Thank you, Belinda.
Thanks, Belinda, for watching. And Mary's saying, colours affect my mood and make an impact on those around you. And it's so true, Mary. In fact, I'm doing the Diploma of Integral Yoga teaching at the moment, and my last module was all about colour. And how colour, we're drawn to certain colours for reasons. And I remember when I first started studying yoga, I wore a lot of black. And the deeper I go with the yoga studies, I'm so drawn now to lighter colours, whites and light soft pastels, and it's really interesting.
It's fascinating. Look, I'm a big fan of colours, and I think one of my missions is to encourage people to use colours as self-expression tools.
Do you think it takes confidence to pull off colour?
It does.
Yeah, I think so.
It does.
Yeah, especially if you're not, I think a lot of the time, and I certainly did this, you get in your comfort zone of wearing a lot of black or dark colours to hide certain things, and then stepping outside that comfort zone, it takes a bit of encouragement. And that's what's great about working with someone like Vesna, is you give people that kick of confidence that they need. Yeah.
It's so important, and especially in this context of, you know, business. Like, if you are running a business, a lifestyle business, if you are planning to run a business, think about that colors have energy.
Yeah.
So you want to, wearing a color that looks professional, like black or navy, it is good, but what's the intention when you are interacting with people? Do you want people to come to you? Do you want people to give you the sense of you are friendly, you are warm, you are creative? So think about that and start to use colors with intention. What is it that you want to attract? What is it? What are the feelings that you want to create?
Yeah, nice.
When you engage with someone new.
And it's true that we live in a world that's less conventional now, and people are more accepting and even more drawn to unique, different and standout type people that do have the boldness and the confidence to use colour.
Totally.
Yeah. So we've got body shape, we've got colour palette.
Colours.
What's the next pillar?
The next one is personality.
Oh.
Are you dressing to express your personality? Or are you dressing to just pass by and, like, when you wake up in the morning and you have that sense of, I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wear whatever I find clothes there. So when you dress based on your personality, who you are, is your essence, is your personality romantic and feminine? Like, look at these beautiful flowers.
I'm a romantic.
I think it has that romantic essence and flavor.
Romantic. I'm trying to be more feminine because I operate so much in a masculine energy space. So I am deliberately trying to bring more feminine touches to my fashion. So that's nice.
That's interesting. So what I'm seeing right now is the top. It's romantic.
Yes.
Think about not only the florals but also the fabric. It's soft. It has flow. That's what the feminine energy is all about. Yeah. Look at your earrings are feminine and a bit bohemian.
Yes, that's my natural style.
That's right. You had that in your personality.
Yeah, definitely.
So when you dress from a place, when you dress from a place of expressing your personality, that's when you start to feel more empowered. That's how you build your confidence as well. Yeah. So being authentic to yourself. Yeah. Not following fashion trends. I mean, fashion trends are fun, and you can inject something new, something seasonal, trend in your wardrobe that is going to give you that sense of fun and excitement. Yeah. But the most important thing is dressing for your personality. Yeah. So that's when you're going to show up in an authentic way.
I love it. Yeah. And that just creates that congruency. I see we've got Helen here, and in healing and holistic health practices, colour is integral. I studied with mental health. I'll just press the C more and hope that doesn't stuff us up. Oh yeah, so I studied with mental health the wall paint, floor colours, etc. are paramount. And that's, Helen's actually one of our business builder students. She's fantastic, an amazing woman that does incredible leadership coaching and training. But it's so true, isn't it, that it's, the colour impacts the mood. And so now that we've got body shape, colour palette, personality. Is it the fourth pillar or fourth?
Now fourth is your wardrobe.
Okay, yes, this is a biggie.
It is a biggie.
Yeah.
Because I always say, like it or not, ladies and men there, we have to go through our wardrobe every day. We cannot leave the house naked. So it will be easy and fun.
I don't know if it would be fun for me.
You could give it a try.
There's certain communities you can join, Vesna, if you'd like to do that. In fact, Maslin's Beach is totally naked.
Right,
You've been down there. I haven't done it.
We can camp there and just go straight to the...
straight there. Get a house
no
on the
dressing involved.
No need for clothes at Maslin.
So if you think that you go through your wardrobe every single morning,
yeah,
and your wardrobe is a place where you feel like, oh, you know what, it just feels so boring. Yeah. It's just dull, bland, can't be bothered. If you start with that energy every day and it happens, you know, today, tomorrow, next week, how you can feel great and look great, it's really hard. Yeah. So your wardrobe is your foundation.
Yes.
It's a place you go there every day. So creating small, it doesn't have to be big, small, happy, inspired, versatile, colorful wardrobe, a wardrobe that is serving your body right now, with your current way, a wardrobe that is bringing joy, a wardrobe that everything that you wear is you, it's not someone else.
It's your personality,
it's your colours,
exactly right, and it's to suit your body shape.
And also having the good combination of staple items, classic, timeless, some fun colors, some patterns, so you have a good combination to mix and match. Being able to mix and match.
That was a big light bulb moment. So Amy and I went to one of Vesna's workshops. So you were doing workshops at the time. Do you still do those workshops?
I'm doing now online. So I have the same version in the online world.
They're amazing. So definitely check that sort of stuff out, because lots of light bulb moments, bing, bing, were going off, and my wardrobe wasn't a space that inspired me, and I'd have lots of, oh God, I've got nothing to wear, and you sort of pull everything out and have a frantic morning quite frequently. And then coming to you, there's a science behind designing the wardrobe. You put us onto that amazing book where you, what is it, the 30 pieces?
Yeah, the Terrific 30, which now has changed name. It's called the Wardrobe Capsule, and it was written by my mentor, Wendy Mack. She lives in Sydney, and she has a similar pieces.
Yes. Brilliant book. So that's a great book to understand. But in your workshop, you talked about you need the staples, which is your classic. They should be good quality, timeless pieces. And then you need a bit of pop, and then the what did you call it? The accentuating accent pieces, which are on trend at the moment.
That's right. And also they are bright in colors, you know, patterns, something that's going to re-energize your staples.
And I went, oh my God, no wonder I hate my wardrobe, because I've got no staples and all these random accent pieces that I've bought on the spur of the moment with no thinking. And it was just a chaos environment. So now since doing that work with you, Vesna, which was probably a year and a half ago, I've saved so much money, because I really think about what I buy and why I'm buying it and what it will connect and match with, which is great. Yeah.
And that's such an interesting thing to hear, Jody, because that's my mission. We could talk about that later, but you know, consuming and buying with purpose. So random buying, random pieces, random buying things on an impulse kind of
happens. I think a lot of us do that. I certainly used to. You're trying to fill a gap. I don't know if anyone else there can relate, but you go into a shop and you think, all right, I just need to buy something just because I'm going out tonight and I want to feel good, and it just ends up with this random wardrobe that nothing else.
That's right.
Yeah, I've definitely been there.
Keep adding more. Yeah. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have more.
No, it turns into a bigger mess.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
more
it's very stressful. Yeah. So that's some really good. So those are the 4 pillars. We've got body shape, colour palette, personality, and then your wardrobe. Brilliant.
And then we could add another pillar, but that could be part of your wardrobe, accessorizing, mixing and matching.
Yeah.
So learning the skill of putting together an outfit, top, bottom, and jacket, and outer layer, and accessories to finish that look. So
that's the piece we need to still do with you, Amy and I.
Which it could be quite a lot of fun if you learn and allow yourself the time. And it's about tapping into what we used to do when we were young girls. We didn't care. We didn't care if we were using putting together clashing colors. We had the time and we had the energy to do it. So imagine now if we could tap into that energy of curiosity, playing, exploring, and start playing.
And just push the boundaries a bit.
Exactly right.
And I think that's when it really works. When you see people and just go, wow, how do they pull that off? They're wearing that dress with that jacket and that bag, and I would never have had the courage to put it together, but it works so beautifully. And I think that's a really nice thing to be able to do. So there's some great tips for you folks in terms of building a happier and more peaceful life. I think that how we look and feel, as you said, the inside outside is a really big part of it. Let's talk now about the inside piece. And I said before, a lot of the leadership coaching that we do is around confidence. And in fact, when we do leadership coaching, we talk about the 7 elements of leadership. One of those elements is confidence. And I'd really love to talk about this now, dear confidence, because I think confidence is such an important thing to have, and it's something that people can get in a real conundrum around. It's like, I'm afraid to be confident because I don't want to be arrogant. How do I have that authentic confidence? So as a leader in your field, can you tell us a bit about, why the book and what does it do for us?
Thank you for bringing that into the conversation, Jody. So the first part of the book, it's a memoir. It's my journey with my confidence. So I moved from Argentina in 2001 to Australia. I was feeling so on top of the world, and I had these big dreams and expectations. And what happened over a few years, I totally lost my self-worth, confidence, self-esteem. So things didn't work out in the way that I was expected. So I hit bottom. I still was looking confident from the outside. I was working with clients. I was helping my clients with their confidence. But I felt that inner conflict. It's like, there is something not wrong here. Something is not aligned. So how I could be more authentic, how I can feel more authentic. So what I started to do is I started to journal.
Brilliant.
So I went into an inner self-exploration journey, and that's how I started to tap into my confidence. So what was happening in the inside, why I was having these conflicting feelings. And I think that's in a lot of cases, we avoid that. We avoid going inside and explore who we are, what we're feeling, why we're feeling. And that's how everything started to open up. So I realized that there were a lot of inner work that I was avoiding, that I had to deal with if I wanted to show up in the world feeling my best, and feeling magnetic, and feeling like, I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to feel fulfilled. So my journey started with journaling.
And I remember doing some coaching with you, and we didn't talk about, I won't share too much detail, but it was really interesting to see. This was a couple of years ago, so I did some coaching with Vesna, and then Vesna did some personal styling with Amy and I. But the shift in you from back then to where you are now, I would say you'd already started that journey, and you knew that you wanted to find some alignment inside. But when we were working together, there was an anxious energy in you, like an energy of almost stress and worry, which seems to have gone now.
Right.
Which is really nice.
You're right.
And it was showing up in physical, it was creating illness in you in some ways.
That's right. So actually everything started with a health challenge in my gut. That's how I realized that,
something's not right.
Something's not right. There are a lot of emotions there that I was hiding for a long time. So let's start digging in and open the box and
go, whoa, what's in here?
What are we going to do with this? Okay, time to start working on these feelings. And Yes, you're right. And one of the things that I have learned over this confidence journey that I would love to share with your community, your audience, is self-love and compassion.
Yeah. We all know it's important. How do we do it? Or how have you found the way to make that work, Vesna? What would you share with people?
Yeah, I think it's about transitioning from your mind, what your rational mind, our rational mind is saying to us.
Yeah.
So allowing that time to stop. You know, when you feel like that negative self-talk, which may sound like, oh, you know what, just can't do that. I can't seem to grow my business. I can't seem to attract clients, or I can't seem to have a fun relationship with my partner. When you have those moments of negative talk, it's about stopping
it. Yeah.
How many times we keep carrying,
yes.
you know, keep doing things in the same way, and we don't stop. So stopping, listening, becoming the observer, what your rational mind is saying, and making that decision that's not going to help you, that's not going to serve your higher purpose, that's not going to make you grow, that's not going to make you feel confident.
That's right.
And empowered. Yeah. So if we transition from our rational mind into our heart,
yes,
and start to look at ourselves and others from that place of, okay, yeah, I messed it up today, that wasn't the way that I was planning to do it, or say, okay, what's the lesson there, what I can do tomorrow differently.
Yeah.
And that's when you start to see yourself and others from a place of compassion. So tapping into your heart.
And it's such a powerful thing to do. I know in my one of the mentoring sessions I had with my yoga teacher, she was talking about exactly that. And just having a thought, thinking it from your mind, and then shifting that thought to your heart and thinking the same thing. And it's a very different energy. And when you start to make decisions, oh, my heart's over here, but when you start to make decisions and think from your heart, it's very hard to come with a stressed, over-analysing, anxious type way. It's a more compassionate, empathetic thing. So that's a great tip. I love it.
So that's, I believe that's how you start to become more confident, being compassionate towards yourself, towards others, dealing with those emotions that we don't like to deal with. Self-worth.
And I think that's so important in the workplace and around leadership, because a lot of the time the focus is on the process, the task, the job, the levels of performance, the KPIs, but the real transformation, the real work happens, and I can say this to be true from a coaching perspective, is when we actually focus more on the person, the emotions, their beliefs, their perception of the world, their perception of themselves, and you start to change that, and the work, the tasks, and the performance starts to take care of itself. And it's a place that I think this busy, reactive world distracts us from. We get disconnected from ourselves because we're so busy over here doing all this stuff. And the longer we're disconnected with ourselves or from ourselves, the more our confidence starts to knock, because we start to forget who we were. And I know some of you watching will relate to this, because there's some clients that I've done some coaching with on this. And it's almost like, yeah, that amazing person that I was that achieved all that stuff lives over there. And it's a matter of then bringing this back into ourselves, into our hearts. So is that a similar journey? Did you feel disconnected?
Totally disconnected from my body. Just so much in my mind. So much in my mind.
Yes, that's where it all happens.
And you know, relating this topic of confidence, inner work, feelings into, you know, personal style and confidence. One thing that I would love to share with all of you is be curious. Like, if you're dressing every day from a place of, oh, you know what, I need to cover this, I need to cover my tummy, I need to cover this, and what you're doing is, you know, you're criticizing yourself.
Not a great way to start the day.
Exactly right. No. You are there in your rational mind.
Yep.
You're not looking at yourself with compassion. So if you are into that energy field, into that way of dressing, something needs to change. Because your confidence is not going to go that way if you keep dressing and acting from that place.
So true.
So one suggestion there will be, okay, identifying, looking for those part of your body, features you feel proud of.
Yeah.
That you don't mind, even if you don't feel proud about anything, hopefully that's not the place, but you know, what part of your body would you be happy to showcase?
Yeah.
And if you struggle to find the answers, talk to a friend.
Yeah.
There is always something beautiful about yourself.
Often you'll have friends that will admire certain things about you because they feel that they don't have it, you know. I don't love my legs at the moment. I always did, because in one of the school blue light discos I won the sexy legs competition. I was pretty proud of that. I won a Snickers and a Mars bar. But I had good legs when I was younger, and Amy doesn't love her legs, but she always compliments me on her legs. And so it's just a place to go, okay, you know what, Jades, just look at your legs then.
Exactly right.
And
trust from that place. So if you have a beautiful, let's say, waistline or eyes or even skin, what about hair? What about hands? What you can bring to those areas of your body to bring more attention, to highlight them, to accentuate them. So if your eyes, you could have wear more makeup or wear earrings, so you bring attention, you accentuate those part of your body. You know, skin, if you have a beautiful cleavage or smooth skin, show more skin. Wear a lower neckline. Same with legs. Expose your legs.
Wear minis.
Start dressing every day from that place where you're going to highlight your best bits, even if it's just a tiny bit initially.
Yeah, I love it. That's such a great tip. And it is something that we do need to spend more time focusing on, is what we love about ourselves and what's working, rather than that beating ourselves up. So the book, where can people get a copy of your book? So this is just, it looks beautiful, and as I showed you, there's pictures and things in it. It's a memoir, but it sounds to me like it's also a pretty practical strategy of how you can do the pillars that we talked about.
Exactly right. So first part of the book is a memoir. It's a journey of confidence, how I became more confident, but also the second part of the book, it's about all those pillars. And you have there all the practical tools and even exercises to do on yourself. So it's available on my website.
What's your website address?
Which is www.vesnapersonalstylist.com.au.
Brilliant. So I would highly recommend getting a copy of this, because it just looks beautiful and it feels nice in your hand as well. Well done on doing that.
Thank you.
So the final thing I wanted to, I don't know how we're going for time. Oh, we've gone over because we're just having so much fun. But I really do want to talk about, because we haven't had a chance to catch up yet, your lifestyle business. And, you know, when we first met, you were focused very much on the personal styling. And you can still access that work with Vesna through her website and some online programs. But I know you have a deeper mission, and I'd love for you to share a bit about that and some of the work that you're pursuing now. So tell us about that.
Thank you for that, because I feel so excited about these new inner calls. So I guess, you know, that's a beautiful thing when you have your business and it's a lifestyle business, so you connect the business with your feelings, with what feels good to you, and you know, your intuition. And having this inner call to educate younger generations about the way that we consume. So seeing a lot of wardrobes, you know, through the personal styling sessions, I have realized that we live in an era where we buy so much. We have so many options that we feel the less confident ever. So we are more...
It's too much.
Too much.
And it's a bit like my wardrobe used to be. Too much weird stuff that doesn't work together.
Too much clutter that goes right here. Too many options, so we feel lost and overwhelmed when we shop. We have less knowledge about who we are. We live a faster life, so we don't have that time to think about or to plan what we are going to buy. So it's about, this mission is about educating people, but especially younger generation, when they start to have some money and they start to shape their consumer behaviors about the way that we buy, about the way that we consume. Especially nowadays with all the pressure from social media, peers, about
having the latest trends, the coolest knick-knack or widget or whatever.
Or having a new dress, a new outfit. So we fall into that trap of we need to look different, we need to have something new.
This dress has been shown on Insta before, so I need a new one. That's right.
Exactly right.
So it is a lot of pressure, and we do live in a very high consumer world. So how will you go about this mission, or what's your vision, Vesna?
So the vision is all about understanding that the way that we shop, the way that we consume is not empowering us.
Yep.
On the contrary, is deteriorating our confidence and is harming our environment.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I don't know if any of you have seen the show War on Waste on ABC.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah. So this gentleman did an experiment in Sydney. After some statistics, he found out that we Australians consume or waste fashion clothes. We throw around 6,000 kilograms of clothes every 10 minutes.
Oh,
so
every 10 minutes.
To make it more tangible and accessible, he collected 6,000 kilograms of clothes and put everything on, like Randall Mall, on a big busy street on the street in Sydney, and it was a pile, not kidding you, from the floor till that roof over there. So like 2 meters high.
Wow.
Massive. And that's what we throw every 10 minutes in Australia.
Just in Australia. So
Just
imagine in America.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we are one of the biggest consumers in the world.
Yeah.
America, Australia. So that's what I feel so called to do something about it. So what happened? What we don't wear.
With our light there we go. You can see you a bit better. Yes.
What we don't wear, a little bit goes into op shops, developing country, but majority goes into the landfill.
Yeah.
So if we really care about ourselves, our future generations, our kids, our grandkids, we need to start doing something. We need to become more social responsible. We need to change our consumer behaviors.
Yeah. And what's your vision? Like how? This is the big question. So how do you see yourself playing a part in being an influence for change? Is it through educating the young kids through programs in school, or is it through educating parents so they can educate their kids, or what's the direction that you want to take?
Yeah, thank you. That's a tricky question, the how always.
Yeah,
isn't it?
That's the most important question I find.
How we are going to make it tangible?
We can have these big lofty ideas and we go, but how? How? And this is a good question if you're a coach. Is you got to ask the how question. But yeah, what are your ideas or your vision? Because this is a new mission for you.
It is, and it's going to start with education. So educating kids in schools, through schools, running workshops.
Yes.
And I believe that everything starts with knowledge, awareness, and education. And then along the track is exposing the community to ethical, sustainable brands, so they can then go and shop and support those brands who really look after their employees, who produce in a sustainable, ethical way. So education, then the way that we consume, so which brands we could approach. And that's so far what I have visualized in the how.
And I know you sent me a text message reaching out, but this might be a place to reach out as well. Do you want to make connections with people in the education industry, or who would be your ultimate person to be able to meet and share this vision with, so that we could get something off the ground?
Yes, please. I would love to share that. So thank you for that opportunity. Yes. So education, schools is a new market to me. I have teamed up with a company, a non-social profit organization from Adelaide.
Okay, who's that?
This it's called From Found.
Okay.
So it's a fashion organization, non-for-profit. They employ refugee women.
Wow.
So they are employing people from our community to produce those clothes.
Beautiful.
So it has a beautiful social responsible element.
Lovely.
So we don't know much about the education market. So how do we tap into that market? What will be the key leading the person to propose and to let them know about this work? Whether it will be a principal or someone in charge of the well-being department. So I'm all ears, or the government department. So any help will be very appreciative.
Yeah, I think this is such a beautiful thing, and I love connecting with people on a mission. beautiful entrepreneurs, and I honestly think that this is where the change of the world will happen, in entrepreneurship. Stuff the government, except if you work with the government and you can help us, that's great, we will accept that. But I do think that if there's anyone out there who's got some ideas of how they could get around this vision, or even wants to catch up with Vesna and has a similar passion, and there's things where the more power behind the mission, the more effective it'll be. So that's beautiful.
Thank you. And the reality, you know what, Jody, very briefly, is we wear, and I tell you that because I see it every day, we wear 20 to 30% of what we have in our wardrobe.
80-20 rule, I say it all the time.
That's a fact.
So true.
That's a fact. So why are we buying so much?
Yeah.
Why? I would love you to question that. Why are you buying so much? Is that serving
it's on sale.
That's right.
How many times have you bought something and you go, oh, it's so cheap, I just have to buy it? Luke Slattery, that's Amy's husband's a sucker for that. But it's true, we do, don't we? They say you wear 20% of your wardrobe 80% of the time. It's an classic 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, so connecting with yourself, you know, by feeling and working on your confidence and connecting with others. So what's what you say, connection.
Like what we do at the Certain Effect, and that's what we're all about. So speaking of connecting, thank you so much for connecting with us, with all of our beautiful community out there, and sharing those tips. I think there's so much to be found. Make sure you grab a copy of Vesna's book from her website, and have a beautiful weekend, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us.
So much love to you. Love you. Thanks for watching.
See you next week. Yay. Thanks, Vesna. That was fantastic. We could talk all day on that. Bye, everyone.